Hi all and welcome back to Aproko Lite. In the news today, we're discussing the Banjo's new Oliver Twist documentary, MI makes history dropping his new single Chairman, and Ice Prince performs in Rwanda. Hi all and welcome back to Aproko Lite. And join us in the studio today is none other than events manager TR Lee. Hi T.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. All
right, now on Aproko Lite there's always so much to talk about, so we're going to go straight into it as usual. And first up on the list today is D'banj and his new documentary.
Wow.
Now, D'banj has got a new documentary called The Tales of Oliver Twist, the documentary, which is supposed to give you an insight into his life right now, his jet-setting lifestyle of the Nigerian Michael Jackson, as he would say. But yeah, so basically, you know, you get to go along with him on interviews that he's done, you know, even get to hear some tracks that haven't been released yet. Wow. Kanye West is also slated to be in there somewhere, Nato C, Ikechukwu. You know, come on, give me some thoughts on it.
I'm just like, obviously from the first show he did, which was what's the name of the first show he did?
His actual event,
the first reality show he did.
Oh, okay, Coco Mansion.
Coco Mansion. We've seen all of that, and he has to come with something new. So I'm sure with the whole Oliver Twist buzz, he needs to come up with some visuals for us. And he's a very interesting character. Yeah. I would like to see his show. Seriously, D'banj is a funny guy to be around.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, many people have said recently that maybe his star is dwindling a little bit. Do you agree with that? And do you think that if it is the case, that this will actually help to bring it up?
Allegedly, his management, something's gone wrong there. Somebody's been dropped off. Okay. But D'banj as a person, I think he's always going to pull through.
I love innovative people. They, you know, come on. I'm sure everybody would agree with that. MI now has released a new single, Chairman.
Wow.
Now, this guy now, he did not just drop the single online like everybody else usually does. This guy actually put it up on Google Hangout. So like Google Hangout, you've got Cool FM waiting for the single to drop, you've got Abani Darego waiting for the single to drop, you've got people all over the place waiting for the single to drop, and they're all meeting up in Google Hangout. Wow. So you've got videos of all these people, you know, as the music's playing, and you know, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
that was a brilliant idea.
Funny enough, like Google is like one of the biggest websites ever made. You know, I respect Google a lot, because if I need to talk to a girl, I go on Google, how do you talk to a girl? If I need some Nigerian music, entertainment, news, Google is the biggest in the world. Bigger than Facebook, I think. Okay. So I think that's a big platform to promote your music. I'm sure other artists will follow in the footsteps too. And hopefully, yeah, maybe in the next single will be on Facebook.
What are your thoughts on MI? He hasn't done anything in a little while.
I remember the first time I heard the first track he dropped. You know, it didn't sound like someone who was serious. I'm not gonna lie. The first track sounded like this track has got different people's music in there. Safe. But eventually you realize that it's actually an original track. Yeah. So I remember how that felt to me, and I remember dancing to that in the middle of the streets with my friends. Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so as an events manager now, let me ask you a question. Okay.
MI now. Yeah. MI hasn't been over to the UK to do as many shows as maybe Wizkid, Ice Prince, or the other guys. What do you think the reason for that is?
Because right now, you know, Wizkid looks like a little sexy boy. Ice Prince has got a little swag, you know. But you know, not to slate MI or anything, he's a short black boy.
He accepts it.
And
short black boy.
The ladies want to see people, you know, who like Wizkid. Obviously, he's a bit short, but he's cool, and the music and everything. It's a whole package, really. People don't even want to hear your music anymore. Just like, I just like him. He's so sexy, you know. So that's what sells shows these days. Because selling rap is like trying to put a needle through, you know, whatever that was.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, he's a really good artist, but the whole package is very important, you know.
Because I like him, you know, even that first album with the Safe and everything on there, you know. Like his ability lyrically, I think he's on point. Yeah. I'm thinking Chop Boy should come back, as in Chop Boy should come and do like a big event, Indigo too. That would be something we'd love to see.
Ice
all
Prince,
of them.
MI.
Yeah, and they're all dropping things now, so it would be a good look for summer.
I see the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now, you know, they need to come up with an album first. Yeah. So they could put that forward, and people will now, the reaction will be, the next thing is going to be a show.
That'll be a good look.
Yeah, definitely.
look. Chop Boys, something to think about maybe. Okay, so next up we're talking about Ice Prince. Ice Prince was recently in Rwanda performing on stage alongside Beanie Man.
Oh.
Now, it's Ice Prince. Everybody's loving Ice Prince. Rap superstar. You know, the guy just everywhere. I don't know how to describe him. You know, like as a he's a rapper, so you can't even say that rap is not selling because he is a rapper fundamentally.
Yeah.
You know, but then I can still compare him with Wizkid kind of because he's still that.
From the musical
he's still got that kind of you know. His music is kind of on point, everything, you know, so... I
remember the beginning of his career. I wasn't really paying too much attention. I thought like, what's that song, Oleku?
Till I heard Oleku.
I thought it was a slam dunk, but I was like, what's up with this guy? You really that good? Then I realized like, you know, sorry, Jesse Jaggs, but Ice Prince is my favorite Chop Boy.
Ice Prince is doing his thing, he's all over the place.
I heard he was on stage with Beanie Man.
Yeah, he was on stage recently at Rwanda, in Rwanda, sorry, as I just mentioned, for a concert in Kigali, and he was performing on the same stage or alongside Beanie Man and the rest of it. And apparently everybody was like, yeah, Ice Prince.
Wow.
Like Rwanda, I'm thinking, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah, I thought the only people from Nigeria that could actually get in Rwanda and get away with is like probably like P Square, Two Face, Wizkid. For Ice Prince to actually do that, I'll tell you one thing though, I was actually surprised over here in the UK too when he had his show.
Which one?
Obviously done the BBC.
Yeah. What, the one at the O2 Angel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really impressed with that. That he could actually headline his own show, and he came out there looking good. So, yeah, more kudos to Ice Prince, man.
Okay.
I think he's going places. You know, rap has to live, man. Hip hop is not dead.
Hip hop is not dead, people. And with that, THL, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
So remember,